Peace, family. There seems to be a lot of questions about the coronavirus. Questions like, is it real? Did the Chinese government release it? Did the United States government release it? Well, I want to share this article with you that caught my attention. The article goes to read, Chinese biological experiments to affect humans with coronavirus exposed in 2015 by Italian state media. 5 years ago, Italian state-owned media company exposed dark efforts by China on viruses. The video, which was broadcast in November 2015, showed how Chinese scientists were doing biological experiments on a SARS-connected virus believed to be coronavirus derived from bats and mice, asking whether it was worth the risk in order to be able to modify the virus for the compatibility with human organisms. Chinese scientists have created a pulmonary supervirus from bats and mice only for study reasons, but there are many questionable aspects to this. Is it worth the risk? It's an experiment, of course, but it's worrisome. It worries many scientists. It's a group of Chinese researchers attaching a protein taken from bats to the SARS virus, acute pneumonia derived from mice. The output is a super coronavirus that could affect man. It remains closed in laboratories and it is only for study purposes. But is it worth the risk? Creating such a great threat only for examination purposes. Here is an experiment in China in which a group of scientists has managed to develop a chimer, an organism modified by attaching the surface protein of a coronavirus found in bats of the common species called the great horseshoe bat, to a virus that causes SARS in mice. Although in a non-fatal form, it was suspected that the protein could make the chimeric hybrid organism suitable for affecting humans, and the experiment confirmed it. It is precisely this molecule called SHCO14 that allows the coronavirus to attach itself to our respiratory cells and to trigger the syndrome. According to researchers, the two organisms, the original and even more so the engineered one, can affect humans directly from bats without going through an intermediate species like the mouse. And it is this eventuality that raises many controversies. Just 1 year ago, this broadcast is of 2015, the United States government suspended research funding which aimed to make viruses more contagious. The moratorium did not stop the work of the Chinese on SARS, which was already advanced stages and looked relatively harmless. According to a section of the scientific community, it is in fact not dangerous. The probability that the virus may pass to our species was insignificant compared to the benefits of the virus, an argument that many other experts rejected. First, because the relationship between risk and benefit is difficult to evaluate, and second, because especially in these times, it is more prudent to not put into circulation an organism that can escape or be removed from the control of laboratories. As soon as this broadcast went viral on the Italian social media, journalists and experts began explaining it away, saying that the virus in the video was not COVID-19. Even the British journal Nature, which wrote the very publication this Italian show was based on, clarified that the virus the broadcast talked about was not related to the natural COVID-19. However, that is besides the point. This is not to say that the viruses are literally the same. This is to say that the information presented in the video is consistent with the information that China is doing a lot of research on bioweapons, and that the impact of the virus in the broadcast has a lot in common with mainstream information about the symptoms of COVID-19. Moreover, Nature itself had done a piece in February 2017 on the BSL-4 laboratory in Wuhan, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, raising valid concerns and theories and wondering out loud whether experimentation with deadly viruses was a good idea. BSL-4 is the highest level of biocontainment. Its criteria include filtering air and treating water and waste before they leave the laboratory, and stipulating that researchers change clothes and shower before and after using lab facilities. Such labs are often controversial. Future plans include studying the pathogen that causes SARS, which also doesn't require a BSL-4 lab, before moving on to Ebola and the West African Lassa virus, which do. Worries surrounded the Chinese lab. The SARS virus has escaped from high-level contaminant facilities in Beijing multiple times. The plan to expand into a network heightens such concerns. One BSL-4 lab in Harbin is already awaiting accreditation. The next two are expected to be in Beijing and Kunming. In January 2020, Nature then sheepishly added an editor's note to the top of the article saying that there is in fact no evidence of this lab playing a role in the outbreak of coronavirus, and that scientists believe the source is likely an animal market. Meanwhile, the Italian scientists at Milan University are investigating whether the coronavirus outbreak actually began in Italy in the last quarter of 2019. Okay, there you got it, family. So, the article, you heard it. It's basically saying that Chinese scientists were already experimenting with the coronavirus, with bats, manipulating organisms, and trying to see if they could affect human beings with the virus. One of the viruses was natural, and one of the viruses was engineered. So you be the judge. Use your critical thinking. Let me know what you think. Did the coronavirus come from China? Is it natural? Was it genetically engineered? Is it a bioweapon released on Americans, on the world? Tell me what you think. Peace.